Hello everyone. There's not an easy way to say this, so I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. My little brother died at the end of July, age 21. Me and my two brothers had a shared Minecraft server, and I figured with the updates coming up soon, which will change the way the world spawns, I would rather get this kind of memorialized as a video, you know, just so it won't get corrupted and we lose it. So I thought I'd give a little tour of our world. There's no script, so sorry if it's long-winded or if I miss stuff, but I'm just doing the best I can. Anyway, we start on our lovely sunny beach, where this is where we spawned in first of all. We built a little tiki hut on the beach just over here. And that was it for a good long time. We made a few mine shafts, classic ordinary stuff you do in Minecraft. And then we started expanding. I think this tower was just a tower, and we wanted to make an arena. Because what do boys love more than just smacking each other with swords? The arena has got some, oops. Well, it's got some redstone which turns on water, which floods the outside and forces you to fight on the inside. And a humorous chair with a saw blade. Anyway, yeah, so that's our arena. We made little cake stands, and someone made a noodle stand. Isn't that wonderful? Inside this tower is a portal. We did not make a nether network right now. This was added later. I will show you soon. So basically, oh yeah, and also we used to have a little bee farm here. Alistair actually made this statue. I don't know if it was to commemorate the bee farm. We had it moved to our main base of operations, which is over across the sea. So if I can get my video editing correctly, hopefully this will fast forward and I'll chat to you when we get there. Okay, here we are at our first central base of operations. Alistair actually built this himself. It was his own design. I think he was taking inspiration from kind of temporary structures put up in the Arctic, actually. Interesting color scheme anyway, to say the least. So it started off as a simple structure. We built a nether portal through here, which is now moved, guarded by a snowman. Yeah, so we basically, it was a cute little base built on the surface, but our intentions for this whole server, right from the beginning, was to build an underwater base. So that's what we did. We mined down, made some underwater tunnels, a giant underwater dome, which took absolutely forever. It was so long. And then eventually other buildings started cropping up, like this tower, which is where our bee farm is now located. It was wonderful, actually. I think this was also Alistair's idea. Most of the projects are usually done in collaboration. We all build together, we mine our materials together. However, we did all want to build our own underwater structure. So this is Duncan's glorious structure here, and this one's Alistair's one, kind of like a brick high-rise, and my one, which was a failed attempt at the Krusty Krab. Anyway, let's go inside and show you the insides. We also have a wonderful world map, which hopefully will give you a good idea. Oh yeah, also a secret jazz room. Look at that. We have our own little... I have no idea how to work this when I'm in creative. Anyway. Oh yeah. Our dancing parrot. And Alistair made a underwater aquarium. So this was our first little our first proper base, really. It was just a temporary hut on that first beach. Here I'm getting lost. I am doing this in December, by the way, so it's been a couple months, really. So forgive me for not knowing my own way around my own base. Here we have the tower. I won't bother showing you the bee farm, it's just a nice place to put bees, really. Interesting elevator designed by, I think it was Duncan or Alistair. It's quite easy, you just drop down and you can float up on the water up that way. Great, isn't it? Look at that view of the underwater dome. We were all very pleased with the way it turned out, and we actually quartered it into segments, and we all built our own little thing. I think gardens, this diner. This was all Alistair's design again. I don't know if he made it jarring colours just to really please our eyes. I don't know. This was done not too long after the Axolotl update was released, where we made a little Axolotl enclosure. We didn't really have much else to do with this corner. I think it was going to be a subway station, and then we canned it. Apologies for the... oh, am I frozen? I am frozen. Alright, we are back. I was about to say, apologies for the lag here, but we've made an enormous sorting system which seems to be lagging terribly. It's just down here. I probably won't speak while I show it to you, but needless to say, it could store about like 20 million items or something. Oh gosh, it really is lagging a lot. But this was our biggest project to date. You put in items in this chest, and it's sucked down by hoppers through a cool distribution place, and then it's put into the correct chest using special filters. It doesn't look too impressive, but it took many weeks of building. Here's just an example of the insides of it. It's just hundreds and hundreds of hoppers, and each hopper's got like a unique combination of items in it to try and filter items. Anyway, let us get away from this, as it is causing my computer to struggle quite a lot. Best thing about our base, the map room. So we started mapping out our world. I don't know if I can release my mouse to show you. I'll use this pointer. Yes, so up here, in this corner here, that's the beach where we started off. Here is where we are right now. The map hasn't been updated since the roof was added to Duncan and Alistair's buildings, actually. So that's why they look like gaping voids in the ocean. This structure down here, it is just a lava cast. So it's not really that important. It's just us messing around. And up here is a temple which we removed all the water from. I'll show it to you later. And one of our largest projects, which was going to be a Roman city. Now I believe there is a hidden room in here, which I think this button, the war bunker, in case we ever went to war, all the supplies anyone could ever need. Glorious. Okay, so next I'm going to show you our Nether network, which was another massive project we did. For those of you who don't play Minecraft, the Nether, every one block you travel in the Nether is 8 blocks in this, the overworld is what this current world we're in is called. And here we go. So, I'm just going to break this to fly out and show you. So yes, the way we travel to places, we use this Nether network, and it's basically long straight tunnels enclosed in cobblestone and glass, so we could travel safely and rapidly. Just to show you an example of how fast we travel, that distance I sailed across in the ocean is just this one tunnel to there. That's all it is. So yeah, it really speeds up the travel time. We've made it using ice, actually. If I can show you, there's an interesting way boats work on ice. You put a boat on the ice, you can row it, and it just goes so fast. Something to do with the fact that there's no friction and boats just keep on picking up speed. We never really looked into it. We just used it because it worked. Anyway, let's head up north to show off the Guardian farm, which is that underwater temple I showed you. It was an unfinished project, as many of our projects were. We would always start the most fun one, and well, they didn't often get finished. But this project at least got very far underway. It took a long time to do. We built a wall around this underwater temple, then we filled it with sand, and we dug out the sand, therefore removing all the water. It took many hours. We died in game a lot doing it because we were under attack the whole time. But that's just what we did for fun, eh? Around the place you'll see random farms, like sheep farms for wool. We did eventually make a proper farming area for gathering materials, which wouldn't look so disgusting on the land. I'll show that to you later. But here we are coming up to our biggest project, the Roman city. Started off as just a Colosseum, which I just felt like building a Colosseum. And so I did. Took an incredible amount of materials. Let me just set the time to day again. There we go. So yes, our Roman Colosseum, which was then, we added walls, started adding buildings. These buildings were Alistair's design, trying to look Mediterranean style, which I thought was going to look really great. And our plan was to add them, flesh out the city, fill the city with life, that kind of stuff. This was Alistair's, again, interesting house. He had a very unique kind of architecture, which he used for building. Not the colour schemes I would have chosen, but it was his own little bit of character. He also made this tower inspired by Assassin's Creed, I think. You're supposed to jump off there and land on the hay bales. The palace up on the hill, again, combined project from the three of us. That's just a random tower I built off in the distance. So to expand the city, we started adding things like, you know, bathhouses. It's a lovely house with some nice water, a steam room, a sauna, a jacuzzi, sorry. And we started building a kind of port district. We we have a massive Excel spreadsheet of all the different things we were going to add, but you know, some little boats. Our tiki bar, the Cheeky Tiki, glorious place. It's you know, we had a couple boats. I designed. Well, sorry, I didn't design. I planned out this boat. I actually nicked the design from somewhere else online, but I thought they looked really great, looking you know, moored up at our docks. Some taverns inspired by kind of medieval architecture, a blacksmith too. Most of the buildings you see, they do, you know, their insides are fleshed out, armor stands, that kind of stuff. You know, there was a lot of work put into these. I'm not going to go into super detail with everything, but yeah, I just thought I want to try and give you the gist of what we were doing. We were going to have loads of warehouses and other houses along here. One interesting thing of note, I believe that the last thing that Alistair ever did on this world, he built this, or he built or was midway through building this cool little boat. I think he tried to do it in the design where you find the sunken wrecks naturally in the game. So he tried to make what it would look like with, you know, tried to reimagine what they would look like not wrecked. In fact, I believe there's a sunken shipwreck just over this way. Somewhere. Here he is. So I think he did quite a decent job, really. Only other thing of note along this area here, I think, yeah, so the last thing Alistair was doing was building that, because I went into the game files and looks like the last place he logged off was about here-ish, running over this direction with an inventory filled with, well, not filled with, mostly empty. Looks like he had some wood building components, so that is the most recent structure which appeared, so that's my best guess was what he was doing last. Right, on with the show. I'm going to quickly zoom over to our farming area. Oh yeah, we were going to have a grand tournament. The prize was some exotals, but no, that didn't get around to happening. Anyway, time for another speeded up, zoomy version of me traveling to the next place. I'll see you in a bit. Okay, so we have traveled very, very far. So far, in fact, we are off the edge of where the map was, which I showed you. We're about probably 10,000 blocks away from where we first started. Apologies, this is the first time I've loaded this area in a while, so it may take some time to load in. No, here we are. So we have a slow way of getting up the stairs, or I built this elevator just to nip us up to the top of the hill. So this area was our kind of destroy the earth for its natural resources kind of area. We didn't care about what we did because it wasn't going to ruin the beauty of our own buildings, our local landscape. So there are, massive just pits where we dug and mined for all the resources. Here's the latest one with our beacon. The beacon providing boosts to speed up your mining and your well, I think it was just boosts for mining actually. And we built a vast structure up top with a few different farms. I'll just have a quick zoom around here. Another mine. This was our blasting mine where we just dropped TNT down. It's quite a fun way to mine actually. Some fields. This was a very industrialized kind of area. Again, water elevators, we really felt that they were the best kind of way of getting up and down high areas. Just, water elevator up and drop down. Cactus farm, melon farm. Quite clever little idea. When a melon grows, it jumps onto the side block where the piston pushes off. I don't know if we'll see one in action. Bamboo farm. Bamboo farm was great. Made so much bamboo per hour. We just shoved it into our furnaces. In fact, this is our furnace. A mob farm. Dark area up there. Mob spawning here. Enchanting zone. Tree farm, that kind of stuff. AFK pool. And probably the hardest thing which we ever did was to try and make these iron golem farms. So we had to cart villagers up here, and we had to build these structures around these villagers. Took forever, absolutely forever, to try and build these iron golem farms, but don't know if we'll see it in action. I don't know if maybe the villages have changed in this last update. That's another reason why I'm doing this video now and not putting it off until even later, because eventually we're going to get the latest and greatest Minecraft Caves update, which does mean that world generation will change. Don't know what it's going to do to this world, so I thought get it done now. It doesn't look like it's working, but basically the villagers are constantly being frightened by this zombie here. They're running to safety, and that triggers an iron golem to spawn. The only place it can spawn is up here, where it gets whisked down to a burny death, and then it drops iron ingots and roses, or sorry, poppies now. Oh, here we go. A bit brutal, but without this farm we could have never built our item sorting area, because the amount of hoppers it took, there's not one. So good to know it does work. Anyway, one more interesting thing in this area. This was entirely Alistair's project actually. So a few miles down this way, whatever direction this is, south, there's a village, and so we built a railway system to basically ferry villagers all the way from the village to here. So let's take a trip down there now. Gone gathered all of the ice for our nether network. Just over here. We did have a slight rule where we wouldn't mine away the ice visible on the railway, just to keep the journey beautifuler, despite this being our our area where we don't really care about it. But just imagine over there where you can't see, there's a huge big pit where no ice remains. So here it is. This is the village which Alistair found, and he took it upon himself to build a wall around it, and he basically turned it into a farm and a prison camp, really. These poor villagers. So I don't know how he did it, but he got all the villagers from this village and he shoved them up this tower and put them in this wonderful orange block where they live the rest of their days. A bit brutal. In fact, it looks like all the villagers have gone now, are they? Or is it because it's night time? Yeah, it is. So yeah, all it is just, it's a prison for these villagers. But interesting build though. Anyway, I think that's pretty much it. There's plenty more I've not shown you. There's what we did in the end. I might show a few shots of that afterwards. But yeah, that summarizes our glorious world. I hope you enjoyed it.
And now the end is near, and so I face the final curtain. My friend, I'll say it clear, I'll state my case, of which I'm certain. I've lived a life that's full. I traveled each and every highway, and more, much more than this, I did it my way. Regrets, I've had a few, but then again, too few to mention. I did what I had to do, and saw it through without exemption. I planned each charted course, each careful step along the byway, and more, much more than this, I did it my way. Yes, there were times, I'm sure you knew, when I bit off more than I could chew. But through it all, when there was doubt, I ate it up and spit it out. I faced it all, and I stood tall, and did it my way. I've loved, I've laughed and cried, I've had my fill, my share of losing, and now, as tears subside, I find it all so amusing to think I did all that, and may I say, not in a shy way, oh no, not me. I did it my For what is a man? What has he got? If not himself, then he has not to say the things he truly feels, and not the words of one who kneels. The record shows I took the blows and did it my Yes, it was my way.
So as we gaze upon the Enderman farm in the end, I thought I might also add that Alistair did create a mod for the Elder Scrolls game Oblivion. I haven't been able to get my hands on it yet, but it is there, so when I do, I might make another video of that. Anyway, I'm going to leave you, so thank you and good night.
Somewhere beyond the sea, somewhere waiting for me, my lover stands on golden sands and watches the ships that go sailing. Somewhere beyond the sea, she's there watching for me. If I could fly like birds on high, then straight to her arms I'd go sailing. It's far beyond the star, it's near beyond the moon. I know beyond a doubt my heart will lead me there soon. Meet beyond the shore, we'll kiss just as before. Happy we'll be beyond the sea.